There's been a lot of talk recently about seeds potentially becoming federally illegal in the United States. I've seen people calling it the November 12th seed ban, and some people are saying you need to stock up on seeds immediately before the ban happens, or else you'll never have the opportunity to buy seeds again. There are even breeders saying they're quitting breeding or will no longer sell seeds because of this law change. On the flip side, I've seen people saying this whole thing is being blown way out of proportion. Some people think the law will be delayed or even reversed entirely, so there's absolutely no reason to worry. So what's actually happening? Well, the first thing you need to understand is that this isn't just some proposed bill that may or may not happen. The law is already passed, and it's scheduled to kick in on November 12th of this year. President Trump signed it on November 12th, 2025, and unless something changes between now and then, the federal definition of hemp is going to change in a way that could make a large portion of the seed market federally illegal. But this is where things get interesting. There are multiple efforts happening right now to delay it, repeal it, or replace it with something completely different. And just within the past month, there's actually been some movement in Congress. Now, I know talking about politics is a big no-no. I'm not really into politics myself, but I figured I'd cover this particular topic because it directly impacts home growers. And when I've talked to people about it, I've actually been surprised by how many people aren't even aware that this is happening. So in this video, I want to explain what this so-called seed ban actually is, how we got here, what happens on November 12th, and probably the most important, what's being done right now to stop it. To understand what's happening, we have to go back to the 2018 Farm Bill. That bill separated hemp from marijuana under federal law. Basically, plants and plant material containing no more than 0.3% delta-9 THC by dry weight could qualify as hemp. That created an interesting situation with seeds because the seeds themselves contain little to no THC. So even if a seed had the genetics to eventually grow into a plant producing high amount of THC, the seed itself would still fall below that 0.3% threshold. In 2022, the DEA confirmed that seeds meeting the THC threshold could qualify as hemp. That helped create the seed industry we have today. Seed banks could operate online, breeders could sell genetics, and seeds could be shipped across state lines under federal hemp protections. The government was essentially looking at what's inside the seed, not what the seed could eventually grow into. And that's the part that's changing. In 2025, Congress passed a spending package that included Section 781, which rewrote the federal definition of hemp. President Trump signed into law on November 12, 2025, but Congress gave the industry a 365-day transition period. That's why everyone is talking about November 12, 2026. A big reason behind this change was the explosion of intoxicating hemp products following the 2018 Farm Bill. Delta-8 THC, THCA flower, THC drinks, gummies, you guys have probably seen this stuff everywhere. The new law changes how hemp is defined by looking at the total THC, including THCA. And here's the part that affects seeds. Viable seeds produced by a plant that exceeds 0.3% total THC would no longer qualify as hemp under federal law. That's a major change because we're no longer looking at how much THC is physically inside the seed. We're now looking at the plant that produced the seed, and that's why the seed industry is so concerned. Yes and no. I think saying that all seeds are going to become federally illegal would be misleading. What's really happening is that certain viable seeds would lose their protection under the federal definition of hemp. One of the biggest concerns is interstate commerce. If you're a breeder in California shipping seeds to somebody in Massachusetts, or a seed bank in Colorado shipping genetics to somebody in Michigan, those transactions could become much more legally complicated. So this doesn't mean every seed in America suddenly disappears on November 12th, but it could dramatically change the online seed industry and the way genetics are bought, sold, and shipped across the country. And that's a pretty important distinction. If you're finding this video helpful so far, do me a favor and click that like button below. It helps more than you might think. And while you're at it, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. Well, maybe not political videos, but plenty more garden talk. Now here's where things get interesting because there are several efforts underway to change what happens in November. One option is to repeal Section 781 entirely. Representative Nancy Mace introduced the American Hemp Protection Act, H.R. 6209, which would essentially undo these changes and restore the previous framework. There's also an effort to delay the law. The Hemp Planting Predictability Act has been introduced in both the House and the Senate. Instead of giving the industry 1 year to transition, it would give them 3 years, moving the deadline from November 12, 2026 to November 12, 2028. The Senate version S3686 was introduced by Amy Klobuchar, probably butchered that one, along with Ron Paul and Jeff Merkley. But as I'm recording this video, that delay has not become law. There's also another bipartisan proposal called the Lawful Hemp Protection Act that takes a different approach. Instead of simply banning these products, the idea is to create a regulatory framework with things like age restrictions, labeling requirements, manufacturing standards, and federal oversight. And I think this is where a lot of the frustration comes from. Seeds got pulled into a much larger fight over intoxicating hemp products. Now, there's also a new development, and this is probably the most important update right now. On August 8th, the Senate passed a government funding bill that included a temporary delay of most of these new hemp restrictions. Instead of taking effect on November 12th, the new deadline would be pushed back to December 11th, so roughly another month. But here's the important part. If the House approves the legislation, it would then need to be signed by President Trump before that delay officially becomes law. So as I'm recording this video, November 12th is still the deadline under current federal law. I've already seen some people saying the ban has officially been delayed until December, but technically that's premature. The Senate has approved the delay, now waiting to see what happens in the House. And even if it does pass, we're only talking about another month. That's why there's still a much larger effort underway to either delay these changes significantly longer, repeal them, or come up with a completely different regulatory framework. For home growers, I don't think there's a reason to panic, but I definitely think there's a reason to pay attention. If nothing changes, buying genetics from companies in other states could become significantly more complicated. Some seed companies may set up operations in multiple legal states. We could see more local exchanges of genetics, and some companies may decide that the legal risk simply isn't worth it and stop selling seeds altogether. But let's be realistic here. I also think there are plenty of people that are going to continue selling and trading seeds regardless of what the federal law says. We could potentially see parts of the industry move underground again, almost like the old days when breeders and seed companies advertised in magazines like High Times, and growers had to be a little more creative about where they got their genetics from. Obviously, I'm not recommending that anybody break the law. I'm just saying I don't think that these genetics are going to suddenly disappear. If anything, this could change how they're bought, sold, and exchanged. There's also an interesting question surrounding clones and tissue culture because the new language specifically calls out viable seeds. Some legal analysts have pointed out that this could potentially leave other ways of distributing genetics available, but I wouldn't assume that's some permanent loophole. Federal guidance could change, Congress could change the law again, and state laws still need to be considered. So are seeds being banned in America? The answer is more complicated than some of the headlines make it sound. The law has already passed, and November 12, 2026 is the current date when these changes are scheduled to take effect. At the same time, there are efforts to repeal the law, delay it until 2028, replace it with a different regulatory system, and now potentially push the immediate deadline into December. So this situation is still developing. And considering how quickly things are changing, there's a pretty good chance I'll have to make an update to this video. Or maybe not because, well, I prefer to talk about the garden. What do you think? Should seeds be regulated based on what's actually inside the seed? Or should the law take into account the type of plant the seed could eventually produce? Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Also, if you're not already on my email list, scan this QR code here. That's where I announce special releases that you won't hear about anywhere else. And if you want to keep learning, check out this playlist here where I've got a lot more videos just like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.